Sorry about that, y'all. Hey, just give me a minute. It's called the reprise. Hello, everybody. How are you today? I hope you are having a blessed and awesome day. I know that I am, and excited to be here. And many of you have gotten your t-shirts and your sweatshirts and whatever it is you've ordered. Hold on a minute, y'all. My lips is, as my daddy said, my lips is dry. They feel dry. Sorry about that. Gonna be an awesome lesson today. I don't know what that looks like, but it's gonna be an awesome lesson today. I don't know about you, but I enjoyed yesterday's lesson and really looking at all of what we are accomplishing. And I want to remind you to visit our website, or it should be an ad somewhere on the page. If not, it will be after this video. But if not, go to www.juanitabynum.com. They always say I miss a W. www.juanitabynum.com and order your Grind Your Way to Greatness sweatshirt and t-shirt or hoodie or whatever you want to get. And don't forget, I'm still for a season collecting videos at G2G at juanitabynum.com. That's G2G at juanitabynum.com, and giving us your testimony as to how this word is changing your life and how it is affecting your life. And don't forget to hit that share button. And if this is your first time on the page, or you've been on the page several times and you have not liked the page, that would bless me if you would do that, if you would like the page. So let's go into today's lesson. Wow. Remembering, and some things, I read a statement here on one of these books, and so you all just bear with me today because my brain is all over the place. I've been up all night long. I think I went to bed at 6:30 this morning. I have a deadline to turn in my paper to graduate June 8th out of Canada. And I just kind of spent the night with all of this last night, and still much more to go. And I'm writing my thesis on what is this? Is it Jewish or is it Jesus? And so I worked all night, and I have my deadline is May 1st. So if I start talking about the Talit while I'm doing this, y'all just pray for me. That's all I'm saying. If I start going left on that, it's because my brain is crowded. It's just, my neural pathways have been carved for the last couple of days on this. So you just got to bear with me, okay? It's going to be all right. So I was looking at, this said, what are the things that I wrote that bears to be repeated? The repetition of thought or emotion will reinforce neural pathways. And when frequently repeated, it will become your being. When frequently repeated, when habits that you have formed are repeated repetitiously, I mean consistently, it will form your being. That's where you get, well, that's who I am. That's where you get all that from. Because really, you're stuck in a cycle. And when I get ready to go into this next phase of teaching, I'm shifting us from where we are and understanding how to regroup ourselves, how to change the way we think, how to change the way we think about things, becoming more confident in yourself without validation. Watch that. That's powerful. That's powerful. I read that in the scripture that I'm going to be bringing up, and in 2 Corinthians 9 and 8 and 1 Corinthians 3 and 10. And so the triggers are being dealt with now, And so there is going to be some emotion that you're going to experience because we have become accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And that lifestyle is the lifestyle for many of us in some kind of capacity. There's no sense in you saying, well, that ain't me. It's all of us. At some level in your life, we allowed ourselves to operate from a needy perspective. A needy perspective where, it's just like you can hardly function because your life now consists of certain props. I want you to go with me today on this one. Your life consists of certain props. And so, and how I can understand this, when my sister Vina passed, in the family structure, everybody kind of relates to a certain person. And so it brings the family structure together because you have some siblings, like, my brother and I are very close. And so then you have siblings that are set in places around you, and the same as your friends. And so when you have to come to your new pathway, your new journey that we talked about, got to bring that up again. When it's time for us to go into our new journey that is not the prescribed social pattern, there has to be some restructuring. And so when that starts happening, where you used to lay your left elbow is not there anymore. And where you used to lean and put your right hand is not there anymore. So you have to restructure yourself. And from that, there is a season of somewhat of mourning. And that is to be expected. So don't trip on that. It's like breaking up with a boyfriend. You loved him so much, and you my world, baby, and all that. And then when you break up, you just, you be crying and stuff. And then 2 years down the road, you be like, please, bye. You see him and you be like, Ray, gone somewhere. You like, you still looking good. You like, gone now, gone. And then you be looking at yourself like, did I ever date him? So it's the same thing. It's really the same thing. You go through that little mourning period. But when you do that, if it is not replaced with a cause, then what you're doing is you're still allowing yourself to be vulnerable to sabotage, self-sabotage. If it's not replaced with something that is constructive, if I did not remove myself for a reason, then it's going to go into all of that self-sabotage stuff. You understand what I'm saying? When you start shifting your life, you have to know that I'm headed toward a divine purpose. I'm headed toward something. And I cannot go with all of this. And something has to go. And it may be forever, and it may be for a season. But you have to learn how to navigate like that. And this has to become a normal pattern for you. You can't keep, making this feel like it's a big surprise. I'm trying to introduce you to normality. Like, this is how it goes. If you ask anybody, you ask Oprah, anybody. That's why she had one friend. Because it's difficult to have a whole lot of going on when you're trying to recalibrate, when you're trying to be the director as to how you're getting ready to go up. You have to squeeze that surroundings in. You understand what I'm saying? You have to narrow a lot of your relationships. You have to now start shaving off some stuff. Yeah. And then you shave off stuff by need and necessity. It's simple. Well, how do I do that? Okay. Like this, I have some dear friends like this right here. I have some very dear friends that I can't really talk to you right now. And my daddy said, I can't be jaw-jacking with you right now because you can't help me with this. So all that, we on the phone and you didn't call me yesterday and da-da-da-da-da-da. No, I'm getting ready to graduate. You can't help me with this. And so I have to limit my conversation. I have to limit my company. I have to limit how much I can talk. And anybody that is in your life that don't understand that, then that is your sure sign that their season is up. The people that understand and they have a clear perspective on what it takes to grind their way to greatness, they're going to be like, yep, girl, not a problem. I got you. Me and you shall never part. Go on, do that. Jesus, take the wheel. We all good. I'm praying for you over here. And ain't nobody mad. Ain't nobody mad because you're trying to go to greatness. The only people that are mad are the people that don't have the ability to go themselves. And what they want is just your friendship. They just want the fuzziness. But they don't bring nothing to the table. They don't bring nothing to the table. And so, life is a hermeneutic loop. And we're going to get into that. But I got to bring you into this first part first. Life, it goes like a hermit, and it can continue to go like a hermeneutic loop. And I'm getting ready to break that down. Okay. I'm not talking about homiletics. That's the art of preaching. The hermeneutic loop is a cycle. Is a journey. It's the journey cycle. And the people that know how to go around once and understand how to whirl out into the next adventure of life are the people that will get what I'm getting ready to teach today. And so, and this is why people, this whole recalibration thing is very, very necessary. It's absolutely necessary. We're going through therapeutic processing. This is necessary. The way you go up is necessary. I was talking about the palm tree on the other week. And I was talking about how when the palm tree grows, it grows straight up. And the fruit of the coconut is on top. And it said no matter how heavy it is, the palm tree is determined to grow straight up without any interruptions, without any inhibitions. Are you hearing it? So it grows straight up. And it said, and the weight doesn't prevent it from growing straight up. So that means if you want this coconut, you're going to have to come to this level to get it. Because I grew to this point. And if you want instantly from my life what I grew to, then you're going to have to climb there. And if you can handle the climb and you can handle the height, then we all good. We right here. Me and you. Me and you. But nobody gets it for free anymore. Okay. 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 And so a lot of times we end up really being wounded in relationships because the relationship is not, it's not compatible. It's not compatible. You can no longer be the giver. All the giving. All the calling. All the girl I'm seeing about you, and the person is not returning that. Because that opens up a door to rejection. Are you hearing that? And you think you can handle it, but after a while, the rejection get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And then when valuable relationships come that could really be a blessing to your life, you're shut down because you're wounded, because you did not know how to properly navigate the last relationship. You didn't know how. Like the song said, when to fold them, when to hold them, when to walk away, and when to run. Am I talking to anybody today? Am I speaking to anybody today? So we just be holding on because we're needy. I know that sting, but it's the truth. And you hold on to the wrong people because you're needy. You cannot go to your next level because you're afraid to go by yourself. I want you to understand, when I'm sitting at this table, in this very room, and I'm writing, and I'm working, I don't need no company. I don't need no company. Because this is about my grind. This is about my grind. And we're requiring too much to go to those kind of heights. That's like putting a bag of bricks on your back, talking about you getting ready to climb Mount Everest. Good luck with that. I'll holler at you when you get back, if you can get back. You got to lighten the load. The heavier you go. Listen, the higher you go up, you got to lighten the load. And I always say people will be right where you left them. They're not going nowhere. They'll be right where you left them. People 20 years ago, I see them and it's like they the same. But opportunity won't still be here. So recalibration is a necessity. It's necessary that you reevaluate your surroundings. And everybody that is in your surrounding should have a piece that you can attach to some part of what God has called you to do, or that's wasted time. Every person that is in my life right now, I can see where this person, okay, even though they are a friend or a sister or a mentee, I can see where this person brings that to the table in this area. This person brings this to the table in this area. This person brings this to the table in this area over here. That person over here can't come over here. They're for this. This person is for this. That person is for this. This person is for this. And my family got my back. Are you seeing what I'm saying to you today? So if you can't do that, if you can't look at your friends and say, all of what I have on the plate with what God has called me to do, what part do they play in all of what's on this table? And if you can't find their place, then you are setting yourself up to be vulnerable to jaw-jacking. Benefit you nothing. And time is too expensive. I had somebody to talk to me, because I do counsel people, and they was just, I just can't get off the couch. So wait, time out. If you're gonna be upset and you're gonna go through some changes, you cannot give somebody the power to slay you out in your mind on a couch when you can't get up. Because now you're losing time. And that's too expensive. That's too expensive. You can't pay back situations with time. That's why you don't have time for retaliation. Because now what you're doing is you're using your most valuable and your wealthiest commodity to pay back a nobody. Is anybody getting this today? You can't pay them back with time. You can't waste any more time. Good Lord have mercy. I know I'm saying something today. I know I'm saying something today. You have to remember that emotions are indicators and they are gauges. They are not leaders. They are not leaders. It's information that God needs you to know. That's what your emotions is all about. Why does this hurt me? This hurt you because there's some information in this that God wants you to know. Now, you can go and get on the couch and live in the hurt. Or you can get the information and recalibrate. And keep it moving. And say, okay, got that. And that's why when new people come, I'll be looking at them like, I seen you before. I done met you before. You just a different color, different size. I know you. Because I've already dealt with that spirit. I've already dealt with that mentality. And information that is given to you by way of your emotions shouldn't take you down. It should take you up. Wow. Wow. And so then that brings me to the point of understanding my homeostasis. We really digging this time. We're going all the way this time. Because it's a mechanism that's in your body. I keep telling you, God is awesome. Spirituality and the Word of God was not meant to be over here and the rest of your life over here. They were designed to be intertwined as one unit. That's why he said, before you came into this world, I knew you. So I'm the one that brought you into this world from my world. And I set you in this body, which means I'm supposed to be intertwined in your life. Ooh, good Lord have mercy. I brought you here. So your life is not supposed to be lived detached from me. Are you getting this? It's not supposed to be two separated entities. So then the way the body functions, the way the mind functions, the way the emotions function, all of this is supposed to be intertwined into the will of God and the way that God planned for it to. And that's why when you use the word homeostasis, it is also directed to the whole physical operation of the body. And what you will understand is if your homeostasis, which I'm going to get into what it means, if that is off, watch this, your kidneys and your liver, your heart, your lungs, every major organ of your body is being, watch this, is being affected by you crying about Ray Ray. So a person is not just wearing you down emotionally. They're changing your physiological operation, which means they are affecting your whole life. Okay, have you ever got upset about stuff and then your stomach start hurting? Or you got upset about something and you start breathing real fast? Or you got upset about something and you start like just shaking and you just said, you know, I just got to go sit down. And for those others, I need a drink. I need a cigarette. I'm sorry. I need to smoke a blunt if you don't know Jesus. I'm just, y'all know I'm going to keep it 100. Because everybody on here, you know, ain't all in it the way God want them to yet. So some people on this page is cannabis smokers, and that's why this is not a religious page. It's a spiritual page. I'm meeting you where you are. This is therapy. This is about you. This is not about us. It's about you. It's about you, where you are. The point I'm making is you always have to go do something after somebody has upset you. You either shake, your head start hurting, you get nervous, your stomach start hurting, you get weak in the legs, you got to go sit down, you got to go pray. Me, I just got to go to my prayer room and shut the door. I just got to shut it all down. Some people got to go have a cigarette. Some people got to go smoke some cannabis or rub the oil, whatever you do. It is because your life is intertwined with people. And remember I said yesterday about boundaries? If you allow somebody beyond a certain boundary point, they are going to affect your whole life. And that's why you got to be careful about how close you draw people in. That's why you got to understand that it's not safe to have a whole lot of people around you. And then all of those people you are allowing to cross the border. And there is no boundaries. So at any given point, any three of them can take you out of homeostasis on a daily basis and 2 and 3 times a day. Because while that person is saying they sorry, this person over here is doing something ignorant. And what you don't realize is you being broke down. You're being torn up. Your hair falling out. You done gone back to biting your nails. You drinking a little bit more than when you used to having an occasional glass of wine. Now they're taking you out of character. They're taking you and changing you from you and causing you to become another person just so you can cope with them. And by the time you get through going all of that, you don't have enough brains to do something like this. Your nervous system is too shot for you to think about doing something like this. And that is what the trick of the enemy is, to wear you out so that you will never reach your potential. Woo! Somebody just put a whole lot of crying emojis. I know. I'm telling you. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. And then you start saying, well, but I really miss so-and-so. And but then I start getting to the point that I miss me. I miss my ability. I miss the machine I was. I miss the fact that Juanita Bynum was spitting out books, and Juanita Bynum was focused, and Juanita Bynum was a machine. And now all of a sudden it's this, it's that, it's that, it's that, it's that. And then you start looking around and say, none of this has anything to do with me. And I'm missing me. And then when I turned 60, I was like, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. The devil is a whole lie. He a whole bunch of lies. I mean, he telling lies that he the grandfather lies, whatever. But I got about a good 15 years maybe. By the time I'm 75, before I really start looking like I'm getting old, no ma'am. I'm going to enjoy the rest of these years, and I'm going to return to me. And in order to do that, I have to be able to determine what's not me and what is not my responsibility. Woo, Jesus, have mercy. Have mercy. So I have replaced company with this. With TV shows. And this is just my thesis. This is a book. And then I'm shutting away again in June to finish writing this book, The Brain Change. Are you hearing me? My calendar is full. And it's full of everything that I have to accomplish. And I can't do that with the same whining people. Like you playing, trying to keep everybody from hitting the ground. Can't do it. Homeostasis. Homeostasis. Who am I talking to? Let me see what y'all saying. Lord Jesus. That's right. People's failure to plan is no longer your emergency. People's failure to plan is no longer your emergency. So what is homeostasis? Homeostasis, the biological definition of homeostasis is the tendency of an organism or cell to regulate its internal environment and maintain equilibrium, meaning balance. To maintain balance. It's to regulate, not the external people, which means you're going to have to do a lot of deep sea diving right here. You're going to have to start taking your eyeballs and welding them back on the inside. And that's why I do what I do, but I don't have a lot of time. I don't have Facebook on my phone. Are you hearing me? And some of you have gotten the picture. You smart enough to come on here, get what you need, and get off. I don't have Instagram. They say to me, you got to post something. All right, let's take a picture. Post that. Because all of that external stuff can start guiding you in the wrong direction. Lord Jesus, have mercy, God. So I don't even pay attention to, it used to be, I come on here and, it's this numbers and that number. I don't even pay no attention to that. I don't care if it's 10 people that's listening. I don't care about the numbers. What I do understand is that I know I'm helping somebody. And so we become so insecure until if these numbers don't do this and I'm not this, and if this number don't do that, I'm not that. And I look over there at her page and she doing this and they feel like I ain't doing nothing. Or I look over there at his page and why he doing that and da-da-da-da. All of that. External triggers. Triggers to make you get jealous. And what is jealousy? Jealousy is when you seeing somebody do something that you know you can do better. External. We are too external. And you cannot become that external and become successful. It is impossible. So you don't get ready for them call you stuck up and she antisociable and she don't want, I'm all of that. But I'm going to keep going to that bank too. While you running your jibs, go ahead. I'm all of that. But when it's time to pay my bills, me jaw-jacking with you, don't help me get my bills paid. And it does not help me to have what I need to invest in my future and projects that I have. Because we too sensitive. Well, they call me this and they hurt my feelings and I'm going to go and do it because your homeworkers do. But I'm going to go on over here and go to her party because they're going to be mad if I don't show up. And they're going to be mad after you show up. And when you leave, they're going to talk about your outfit. And when you go, your mind going to be so scattered on what you got to get done, you're not going to be yourself nowhere. Then when you leave, they're going to talk about how they thought you was acting funny and you wasn't yourself. So you know what? Come on now. Come on, same old game. What they say in Memphis, come on, man. Same old game. Same old game. I go and you talk about me. I don't go, you talk about why I wasn't there. And I'm still not benefiting because I'm over here mourning about what you think about me not going. And then I'm over here offended after everybody else called me and tell me what you said about me. So I might as well stay right here at this table and finish this thesis. So at least if you mad at me and talking about me, I'm not broke while I'm listening. That part right there. It says, That it means to control or maintain the rate or the speed of a machine or process so that it operates properly. It operates by a system of feedback controls so as to stabilize health and functionings. The body is in homeostasis when its needs are met and it is functioning proper. Every organ contributes to homeostasis. Every body in your life. And that's why all of these conversations are necessary. It's necessary. I've had to sit down and say it to my friends. All right, da-da-da. Now, when you text, because you know how we get. Like, your friends will call you, or they'll text you and say, call me urgent. And then your stomach starts racing because you don't know, and they in all caps and exclamation points. And then it's like, you pick up the phone and call, and it's like, and y'all, I'm serious. It's really the truth. It's like, do you want blueberries in your smoothie or do you want strawberries? It's like, nigga, I can knock your head down to the Mississippi River for all them caps and urgent and call me right now. Call me right now, quick. And then you call. What time is your flight leave tomorrow? So then you have to sit down and you have to talk to everybody. And you have to say, when you say urgent, tell me the nature of the urgency. When you say, hurry, call me quick, say, call me quick. I want to get your drink right. Because that's a text I can look at and ignore. Not something where I'm thinking there's something that happened to my mom or something. And then your emotions is all out of kilter because you're taking me physically out. When I had my surgery, I was really, really, really shocked to hear my doctor say, he said, do you know what a lot of these tumors come from? Now this gonna shock you. He said, you know what a lot of these tumors come from? And this is the truth, y'all. He said, a lot of these fibroids are also like the body tried to have a baby and it decided that it wasn't going to. He said, and that comes when the body is constantly triggered. Wait a minute, watch this. To the height, whether it's negative or positive. Whether it's negative or positive. Whether a woman is being raped or whether she's having casual sex that she want to have. He said this happens when the body is taken to certain heights as if it is supposed to conceive. Did you hear what I just said? He said, so all of this in your body is from stress. So I came to the doctor's office a week after my surgery, and they brought me into the doctor's office, and I was sitting there, and a situation happened with one of my staff members, then staff members. And I was on the phone, and I was emotional, and I just started crying. My doctor came in the office and pulled my nana out in the hallway and said, if you don't go in there and take that phone out of her hand right now, I'm getting ready to take it. And I said, no phones. She cannot have her phone. Not in these next 3 weeks of her healing. She cannot. And then he had to sit me down and talk to me real good. And he's like, do you want to live? Do you want to live another 10 or 15 years? He said, because you can walk out of here and your body will give off those same chemicals. And all of this stuff will start growing back. Okay, am I helping anybody? Heart conditions, lung conditions, kidney failure, because the homeostasis is off. And the homeostasis is off in the organs because the homeostasis is off emotional. And the homeostasis is off emotional because you have not taken out the time to properly navigate how you're going to live your life. Good Lord have mercy. Sicknesses that some of you all have right now. They're not your sicknesses. They did not occur because of you. They occurred because of what you are allowing. And my family can tell you. My family can tell you. I don't know, we could laugh about it now. They say, Anita must have got a new Holy Ghost or something. Something wrong. Something happened to her. They can tell you, Kathy. They can tell you. Gina, all of them, my brother, everybody. My nieces, they can tell you. I'm not having it no more. When you call me and you need something, I don't want to hear the story. Well, Auntie Nita, can I? Because I don't want to hear the story. How much? If I got it, it's yes. Give me a minute. Let me send it to you. Because you have to take control. Because when you know that certain things are not going to change, then you have to change the way you embrace it. And you have to change the way you allow it to embrace you. And you have to get an understanding about it. That I can get on the phone and I can go slap off. Well, what's wrong? Well, why you couldn't pay that? And what you been doing with your money? And I'm sick, all of that. And when I get through with all of that, and it's a real need. I'm not talking about because they don't call me for no crazy stuff, and they don't call me that often. But if it's a real important situation, like my niece, her heater went out in her car, and it was some of the coldest days in Chicago, and she got 2 small children. All right, that was a real emergency. That wasn't her fault. But she didn't need to hear all that, and I didn't need to hear all that. What you need? $340 to get a heater? All right, here it is. I'm sending it through Cash App. And you know what? Juanita Bynum stayed woosah. Stayed calm. Situation come in, calm. Had to walk through situations in the last couple of weeks, calm. Everybody like, you so calm? Because I got to control my homeostasis. Because if I let myself get all out there, then all of my organs are out there with me. And watch this. And long when the situation is over with and I'm laughing about it, my organs are still going through changes from that. The body is not the switch. Your emotions can be switched on and off. But once you take your body out there with your emotions, it ain't switching back that easy. It's going to process. It's going to let off the bad chemicals. It's going to do all of that. My God. It's going to go through the process that something just affected the nervous system, and you can't stop that. Okay. I'm really teaching today. I'm serious. So you are killing yourself. You are embezzling your own life, fooling around with fool up people and a bunch of foolery. You're dying to be liked. And then you look up and you have not been the beneficiary of the life that you've been given. And we're going to switch that about you. All right, I'm the therapist, you on the couch. Either we're going to do this or we're not. We're going to switch that about you. And you come to such an integral place that when you say, I don't have it this time, ain't nobody mad at you. Because now I have a reputation. If Auntie Nita got it, she gonna give it to me. She ain't got it, she ain't got it. She ain't fussing, she ain't nothing. That's why when the birthday came, I didn't have to side-eye nobody. You know how it is. They done made you so mad that you should be looking at them like, not you. No, I was just hugging everybody. Hey! Hey, oh, give me a hug. Oh, hey, see you in a long time. Oh, Kathy, Gina, Thomas, hey. So I walked out of there happy. Homeostasis stayed like this. Body functions stayed like this. Went back to the hotel, everything was like this. Got ready to get my plane. Woosah. I came to Chicago with my family, and my organs stayed intact. And I left with my nervous system not jacked out of shape. Because I'm learning how to not only navigate, but teach people how to approach me. Teach people the boundaries. Don't come across this line. I'm not letting you cross this line right here. I have a handful of people on one hand, and I think minus some fingers, that have permission to come across this line. And the reason why they have permission to come across this line, because I know they understand what devastation and hurt is. And they would never want to inflict that upon me, because they know what it feels like. And if people have never walked where you've walked, you got to be careful about people that ain't never experienced nothing, because they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue of what it means to be sensitive and careful about the way they entreat you. Whew. What time is it? Okay, got a little bit more time. Whew. Every organ contributes to this homeostasis. Now watch this. In order to develop homeostatic control, God said to me in this hour, I'm calling you to help the minds of my people. This is what your new assignment is. To help the minds of my people. For the potential not to be robbed from them. For them to reach their goals. And it's not too late to change it. And it's just a little bit at a time. You just start shaving it off. You know where you used to run over their house every day? Okay, 2 or 3 times a week. And then you start explaining to them, I got something that I'm working on. And I'm on a deadline. And I'm going to tell you again, ain't nobody mad but a person that don't want you to be nothing. That's the only reason why they get mad. That's the only reason why. Homeostatic control, and I'm getting ready to close with this. In order to maintain homeostasis, communication within the body is essential. Communication within the body is essential. In order to maintain homeostatic control, communication from the inside is essential, which means I must now turn my concerns to what my insides are doing as it relates to my surroundings. When I get off the phone with you, how did that make me feel? When I got off the phone with you, how did that make me feel? Oh, that made me feel a little shaky? Okay. Then I minimize my conversations with you. I don't have to not just talk to you. I just have to minimize them. Because there's something about you that have the ability to affect me. Because something happened to my insides. That's why you got to listen to your spirit. Are you hearing this? It says, listen. The brain responds to your mind by sending neurological signals throughout the body, which means your thoughts and emotions are transformed into a physiological and spiritual effect. Listen. And then, watch this. I'm going to say that again. Yes, Lord. He said, slow down and say it again. The brain responds to your mind by sending these neurological signals throughout the body, which means your thoughts and emotions are transformed, switched into physiological and spiritual effects, which means whatever my brain is responding to as it relates to an external action, I am physiologically and spiritually being affected. Y'all gonna make me run out of this room. You gonna make me run out of this room. My spirit is changing. Therefore, my spirituality is being affected. My ability to respond to anything that is spiritual from God has just been affected, because my spirit is who the Spirit communicates with. And there's been a blockage as to what the Spirit can communicate to my spirit, because my mind is sending neurological charges throughout my nervous system, indicating that something about what you said and you did have affected me physically, and now my spirit is affected, and now I am, watch this, now I am unable to receive my spiritual help, because the effectual door that's been opened for me was from God, and now I cannot walk into it with my spirit, because this is being given to me from a supernatural place, which means I must stay in alignment with the Spirit of God, with my spirit, and you have just affected my spirit. So now whatever the Spirit has for me, I am incapable of receiving it. My God. It says here, let me finish this. My spirit is affected. Physiologically, I am affected. Then it says this, and I close with this. And then physiological and spiritual experiences, they transform into mental and emotional states, which means whatever is happening to me, my body has shut down, my spirit is affected, and because of this experience, you just transformed me. And in my mental and in my emotions, I turned into a state. Now you have completely altered who I am. This therapy session has cost you nothing. It's only going to cost you change. It's only going to cost you change. This is powerful. This is why we don't know who we are. This is why we don't know up from down. Because we keep being spent around and spent around. We like the people that they put the mask on your face and hang the little thing in the ceiling with all the candy in it, and they give you a stick, and the people spin you around so many times that you got the right weapon to bust open the container to get all the goods. But you keep swinging and missing because people keep spinning you around. And you're blind to them. But today, You got to open up your eyes. And you got to know that God is removing some crutches. Because some of us can never be who God called us to be until God just snatched the tray from under you. Snatch all your comfort zones. Snatch all of that. Get rid of some people. And you think it's an inconvenience to you, but the Lord is doing it for you. And it's going to work out. And you're going to see how fast you're going to soar when you get through processing. Let me just say this right quick. It's 4 o'clock and I got to go. When you get through processing, you can start soaring even while a lot of your outside situations remain the same. Because change comes from within. And change, it projects without. So you can make some changes right now. And those changes will begin to change your variable, your emotional state. And your emotional state will then begin to strengthen your spirit. And then your spirit will be in a position to hear what the Spirit of the Lord has to say to it. And then strength and power and success will then become your state. Welcome back to yourself. Gotta go. God bless you.